Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode, 17 of Gravity Cancel Podcast?
18.
18, wow. Man, I'm falling way
Getting
behind.
old. Memory's gone. It's shot.
It sucks. Anyways, Rox, how you doing today?
Not too bad. Well, that's a lie. I'm doing terrible. We just recorded a bunch of showdowns.
It's really exhausting to do those back to back.
Yeah.
By the time you get to the third or fourth one, you're just like, I don't want to play anymore. I don't want to talk. And Here we are talking.
My lovely girlfriend
Brawlhalla.
decided to come in and let me know that I absolutely reek from sweating just trying to KO little 2D people.
If I have to hear one more KO effect, KO. You know, actually, that's a good thing because that means I'm winning.
Ugh.
Anywho, got something to take care of really quick. So I was called out by a player. I was playing ranked, I believe it was, and get an invite to the lobby, and I'm thinking, oh man, this is gonna suck. And they open up with a, hey, want to hear something funny after beating me? And I think you know where I thought that was going, don't you, Rox?
Oh yeah.
I thought I was gonna get flamed. Anyways, this individual, known as Top Skeleton Abuser Florida, also known as Asurge, was an Azoth who beat me in BCX, or not BCX, I didn't play in BCX, in the Winter Championship, was it? Or was it the Fall?
Winter
Championship, yeah. So, I want to give it a little shout out. They said they listened to the podcast and were a bit disappointed that they didn't get shouted out for beating me. So kudos to you for beating me.
Now hold on. It's not that they listened to the podcast and beat you. It's they started listening to the podcast specifically to hear you call them out. And they said they watched for 3 weeks. They've watched episode 3 or 4 weeks, the whole month pretty much, watching episodes, hoping to hear a call out because he stomped you in tournament.
And they beat me again. This time with a I think it was an Ember. My Reno can't hold up to bow. It sucks. But that's a story. So kudos to you, Asurge. Appreciate you taking the time to not flame on me and to actually say hi. So appreciate that. Rox, guess what time it is? It is December.
Brawl holidays.
That means it is Brawl Holidays. I don't know how you feel about this one. I like this one not quite as much as Brawl Halloween, but it's close.
Brawl Halloween's always going to be my tippy-top favorite. But wait a second.
I'm waiting.
Did we get the anniversary of it this year? Yeah, we did.
Yeah. We got that sweet Hattori and core skin.
I must have been playing a little too much Destiny.
The problem
to remember.
is it was butted up against, right up against Brawl Halloween.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, so the skins this year, we get Nash, Reindeer Nash, and Whiteout Nyx. What do you think of these so far? Just looking at them.
Let's start off with Nash. It's phenomenal. I absolutely love Nash's skins where it's just some goofy hat.
He always has the goofiest skins, and it's the best.
What's his lore? Because obviously I don't know it. Is there
I think he's like the first human that ever formulated a plan. I think is his lore. Like obviously he's a caveman, and there was either a race or a war going on or something, and he was the first human man to come up with a plan of attack.
Okay. So
something like that. Feel free to call me out in the comments.
I don't know why he gets all these goofy hats, but it's awesome.
Love it.
I think Nash has some of the most underrated skins in the game, and this just adds to it. I didn't watch the video, so I don't know what his spear looks like, but the reindeer or the Santa's sleigh hammer is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Nyx, on the other hand, I love it because I love the color scheme. Love the color scheme. Love the look. It's got this creepy, like the thing that lives up in the snowy mountains that eats people.
A Yeti?
Well, no. Not it. Well, Nyx doesn't look like a Yeti in this, but it looks like something that is masked as a human skier or something, but eats people.
But eats people. Okay.
There's actually an SCP about that. I can't remember the number offhand. There are quite a few SCPs. But that said, I am so sick of Scythe Legends getting skins.
It is BMG is just like their
They
own
love
worst
Scythe?
enemy in this. Yeah,
They love it?
I don't. A lot of people in the community are kind of tired of seeing Scythe Legends, and then the more Scythe skins.
I wouldn't even say that
release-
because everyone plays Scythe except us.
No, man, there's plenty.
I play
of people-
so much Scythe.
It started
Against so
off
much
like
Scythe.
in the middle of summer. Well, not in the middle of summer. It started a long time ago. But in the middle of summer, it felt like people were just complaining about Mordex all the time. And now it's just slowly devolved into complaining about all Scythe Legends. Except Fate, because like Fate players aren't Scythe players, they're Orb players.
Yeah.
But as far as like, we're getting, so we had the Artemis Halloween skin. Now we're getting the Nyx Christmas skin. Battle Pass skin is Artemis, right?
Yep.
The last Battle Pass was Mordex. The Battle Pass before that was Nyx. Like, we need some love for like Canon Legends or Greatsword Legends. I mean, I guess Mako had the Viking Battle Pass, the Norse Battle Pass, but it's
Which
very
was pretty sick.
disappointing.
That's a sick skin.
It's a really good skin, but like, there's a lot of weapons that don't have representation.
When was the last...
Lance skin. I mean, I guess we're getting one next Battle Pass with.
Yeah, Artemis and Orion are both the focus of the next Battle Pass, so Lance players will definitely be taken care of.
Yeah.
Like, it's not like I have an actual issue with Nyx getting another skin. Well, other than the fact that this is going to be like the 9th Nyx skin. But I'm just mauling over Scythe. I hate Scythe so much.
Like,
It haunts me. It haunts me.
Dusk doesn't even. Dusk has what, like 4 skins?
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Disappointing. Disappointing BMG. Anywho, on to other things.
Make skins for the legends nobody plays. Come on.
Yeah, give me a Lin Fei. I guess we got that Lin Fei, that horrible Lin Fei skin with the really cool.
The one that looks like Kakashi. Everyone loves that except you. I don't know why you hate that so
Really?
much.
People
But
like
yes,
that one?
everyone loves it. It's
kinda
awesome.
Sucks, man. But they released that really cool Orion skin with it, you know? Like, really cool Orion
Oh
skin
yeah, the
with it.
Orion skin did kind of blow it out of the water.
Yeah. I think if the Lin Fei skin released on its own, it would have been okay. But they dropped that really sick Orion skin with it and just kind of really, really ruined it for me.
Let me ask
So,
you this. What do you
go
think of the new podium?
You know, I'm usually not a fan of the holiday podiums or special podiums in general. This one's good. This one's really good. Captures that Winter Wonderland vibe. I won't buy it, but you know, now that I got the Street Fighter podium, I really don't need another podium in my life. So
See, I love this podium to start off. I love the little like my grandma had so many of those little like what are they called? Like the little Christmas cities.
your mic's cutting it in and out.
Is it?
Yeah, I hope it's not doing it on your recording, but it's doing it
No,
on
my
mine.
recording looks fine.
Cool.
Let me leave the call and come back.
Oh, it's me only. Oh,
That
no,
fix
it's
it?
Not me.
That fix it?
We'll see. We'll see. It's like whenever you go on longer tangents.
I
it
gotcha.
tends to cut off.
But like, what are those little Christmas cities called that old people set up for decoration? The little miniature cities.
A nativity scene.
Yeah, but not with like baby Jesus,
not
but like it's a little snowy Christmas town. I don't know what they're called, but my grandma had a bunch of them
Okay.
growing up. So that's
The
what
little
this.
precious moments angels or whatever they were.
I have no idea what that is. So let's go with yes.
Funko Pops for old people.
But I really love that instead of just releasing the same exact skin every holiday, it's a new one. They all look similar, but I think that it would be so much easier for a game developer to just be like, oh, well, we've already got this Christmas podium that is exclusive. You can only get it, 1 or 2 weeks out of the year. We'll just use that every year. But every single event gets a new one. Like the summer event, all the different tiki heads that are different colors. That is so cool. I just like that they always update them. And like they're truly exclusive to the year.
Here's a question for you, though. Do you notice when people use one from like years past?
I'll notice that I've never seen that one before. That was before I started playing. Or like
I legitimately don't look at people's podiums.
Oh, I do all the time. I love podiums. Podiums are so cool.
I completely forgot I bought the Street Fighter one until we were playing Showdowns. And I'm like, oh man, that's cool. That's a cool podium. But we're also getting the winter holiday colors.
Of course.
The green and the red. I like those. That a lot of skins don't take them well, but when you find one that it works with,
it works really well.
Unfortunately, I didn't get to buy too many last year, and I probably won't get to buy too many this year. So, unless I use real money.
You're all out of skins to buy, so got to use those mammoth coins on something.
No. I'm not using mammoth coins on Christmas colors. I feel like you can only use them like this month, and then by the time Brawl Holidays happens, it's already almost after the holidays, and it's into the new year.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we need a New Year event. We just need a new event every week.
We just need Gala 2.0, and that's the New Year event.
Yeah,
it's already got that vibe to it.
So, we've been playing quite a bit of the Street Brawl. For those who watch Showdowns, for those who don't watch Showdowns, what's wrong with you? For those who do, will know for the last half, we switched to Street Brawl, best of threes, which so far has been a blast and a nightmare. But, well, I'll let you lead into it, Spakex, since you love it so much.
So that's like all I've been playing since, and this was actually, today was the first day that you and I have played it together. But it's all I've been playing since I first touched it. I'll go back into like ranked 1v1 or experimental and play it for a match or two and get bored and go right back to Street Ball. So BMG did announce Monday, I think it was on the dev stream, that this upcoming Monday, what day is that? 13th? They're doing a invitational Street Brawl tournament. So it's going to be like, popular pro players or whatever playing in Street Ball. So it'll be kind of cool to see higher level play.
Oh yeah, see what they can abuse.
Yeah, stuff that I didn't think of. But since there wasn't much news to talk about, I wanted to concoct a tier list with you and see if we can agree or disagree on the relative strength of weapons in Street Brawl.
Okay. I've got my tier list set right in front of me, ready to go.
So I've got mine as well. You probably have more tiers than I do.
I do.
So,
just like last time we made a tier list, you don't believe in S tiers for some reason.
It's not that I don't believe in S tiers, it's that I don't...
I'm curious to see yours because there's definitely one that belongs in S tier that is better than the other top dogs. But we'll get into that. All right.
So, go ahead and hit me with your S tier.
No, we got to work our way up.
Oh, you want to work our way up? All right,
let's start with D.
What's your lowest is B?
No, D.
Oh, D. I don't have an E and D.
Wow.
I have 3 tiers.
These are going to be some funky tier list comparisons. So my D tier, I've got Spear, Lance, Greatsword, and they all suffer the same thing. You just don't have enough room to play them, really. And you'd think that, that would be a very like, oh, you're stuck in here with me kind of situation. But it's really not, especially with the way, and Greatsword and Spear especially suffer from the same thing, that whenever you're into those combos and those strings, you knock them into the wall because they carry you so far on the map. They bounce off the wall and it breaks the combo. and they get out of it, and they can punish when they shouldn't have been able to punish. And Lance, I don't know what it is. Lance is just dog doo-doo in this. I don't have as much to talk about on Lance, but also I don't know why, but I just can't play sword in this either. So sword is also in D tier for me.
Really?
Yeah, I played with it a little bit. Yeah, I just feel like I couldn't set up. I don't know why, because it's such a close in your face kind of weapon, but I just couldn't get close enough into people's faces with it. And also, I've not lost to swords while playing it.
I feel like most people kind of stick with their regular legends, and as such, you kind of just run into a bunch of Scythe players. I haven't ran into many sword legends either. So on my lowest tier, which is C tier, I did agree with Lance and Spear for similar reasons. You can't really play those weapons like you do in regular Brawl because of the interruptions that the corner brings. So like, you almost have to like interrupt your strings before you get too close to the corner and then change how you're attacking. And I feel like you end up stacked a lot, so weapons like Spear and Lance that don't really have those attacks that hit stacked just really struggle.
Yeah.
My third one in C tier is Hammer, and it struggles from a different aspect. Like, you're not carrying people to the corner, but Hammer, like, it's such a gimpy weapon that when you take that away, it's just kind of lackluster.
It also has so much range that it's hard to get in position in such a tight space.
Right.
You can't abuse Nair, as we saw whenever I think it was when I was playing Thor. Like, game 2 of Thor, I just kept spamming Nair over and over again.
But as soon as you get below that like midpoint of the screen, you can't really do anything out of it. But I also haven't played much Lance. I'm sure if I played a good Lance player, they might be able to change my mind. But Spear players, like, I ran into a couple Mirages, and they mostly focused Scythe, and when they got to Spear, they weren't able to do much.
Yeah, that's how I was playing with Wushang. Anytime I got the Spear, I just couldn't do much.
Yeah, and I was playing a lot of Dusk in Street Brawl, and it's just like I kept favoring Orb because I just like kept getting stuck where I'd either be too close to them, or they'd be too close to the corner, and I couldn't do a combo anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So what is in your C tier? Since I gave you mine.
My C tier is Hammer, pretty much same reasons.
Yeah.
Blasters, just because you just have to have so much space. It's all about spacing with blasters, and when you reduce the space, it just makes it difficult for people to hit with blasters. I've lost my train of thought there for a second. And kind of same thing with Scythe. Scythe is a little bit better than, say, Spear, Greatsword in Street Brawl, in my opinion, because you can, it'll interrupt strings hitting the wall, but you can just change the way that you play with the Scythe to throw them against the wall, to catch them, and then throw them the other way. So it gets interrupted a bit, and again, a weapon that really spacing is really important with, and you just don't have a whole lot of space. And that's my C tier.
So recap those for me again.
Hammer, Blasters, and Scythe.
Hammer, Blaster, Scythe. So I had, since we already discussed Hammer and C tier for me, I have Blasters and Scythe in B tier. People seem to really struggle with Blasters, and I don't know if it's just because, like, of the reduced distance that you get caught up in those three pieces, like the down light, the neutral light, and down air.
Well, another thing is hitting them with the, I think is the neutral air where you shoot up in the air,
yeah,
above you. a lot of people do neutral airs into recoveries, and you just don't have the space for it up top.
Yeah, but if you string several neutral airs together, it works great. Like, people really struggled with blasters until they got in on you. And then once you couldn't control the spacing, that's where I started to lose blasters. The Scythe, like you said, you don't really get the opportunity to control your opponent as much, it seems. Because once they get to a wall, even though you would think that it would make it harder for them to, you have one less option, you can't move away from them. The Scythe, like, hitboxes extend beyond the physical wall.
Yeah.
So you just end up, like, dropping the combo because they hit a wall, basically.
Yeah.
A lot of the weapons that I think are good have attacks that hit multiple times and don't have a lot of range. But we'll obviously get into those at the higher tiers. So yeah, two of yours in C tier are in B tier for me.
It's a pretty similar trend. I just happen to have 2 more tiers than you.
Yeah. So since we've already discussed it, I have Greatsword in B tier as well. Okay. And that's not from an experience standpoint. It's just what I theoretically think it could do in this game mode. I did struggle against one Jaeun a little bit, and he was effectively controlling the ground with strings, and then when I would try to jump over him, he'd hit a neutral air, and that would, like, reset me back to the side of the map that I was on.
I gotcha.
So it was he showed potential for it, and I don't think I've faced anyone that's really made me struggle with it, but I feel like it's decent enough. And then similarly, I have Sword there as well. Sword has some really cool stuff in this game mode. Like, if you get him close to the ceiling, you can hit a neutral air and gravity cancel a neutral light with it. But getting in that position is kind of tough.
See, maybe I just haven't played good sword players. And that's why I have sword rank so low.
It's one of those weapons that I'm surprised you don't see more of. I didn't face very many people in my 3 weeks of queuing it that played sword and played sword well. But the fact that it has like the downlight into recovery true to get them up to the ceiling, and then you can act out of that with neutral airs and like bounce them off multiple times. The weapons that like bounce people off of the side of the map or the top of the map really do well in this game mode. So rounding out my B tier, I also have Canon.
Okay.
Did you have Canon already, or is that?
No, I've not done Canon yet.
Okay. I'll hold off on talking about that till we get to yours, and then I also have Katars in B tier. And it's similar to Sword. You have some setups, but it's mostly just like the mix-ups that you have with Katars, and it doesn't really have any new combos out of or in Street Brawl that it doesn't have in regular Brawlhalla.
I gotcha. So my B list is going to be Katars and Axe. So Axe, I feel like was almost in that A tier. It's really good. I feel like I'm selling it a little short, but I just feel like what I had selected for A tier just slightly outclasses it. And then Katars, I feel like isn't great, isn't bad. I think it probably in the right hands performs better in the regular game mode. But I've played some nasty Katar players that just string you all over the map, side area, into the wall, slap you around, and you just don't see it. I know you don't see it.
You were raving about this weapon early on.
I'm telling you, slept on in Street Brawl.
I don't think so. I think it belongs in B tier. I mean, it's a good weapon, but the like side airs put you in such a disadvantageous position because it knocks you at like a 45-ish degree angle downward, and you could probably follow up with a down air, but following up with a down air, then you're too close to the wall. You'd have to do like a reverse neutral light or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it doesn't get anything new out of Street Brawl, and it's not good in regular Brawlhalla. It's just, you're closer to your opponent, so it's easier to hit with, side air or side lights and stuff.
I can see that. Okay. So you've done your A tier, right?
No, that was my B tier. So
okay.
How many?
So hit me with that A tier. We'll get to it when I get to it.
All right. So because you've already talked about Axe, I got Axe in A tier. It covers an absurd amount of the level.
Yeah.
I mean, between down air, neutral air, and recovery, I mean, the only thing you have to worry about beyond that is side air, which is disgusting in normal Brawl and even better here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you don't have to really be close to them because of the smaller map. You're inherently almost always within range of any of the hitboxes.
Yeah. I had a guy that I wasn't playing X, but he was, and he was just spamming ground pound with X, and I was like, oh my gosh. And I just couldn't get to him because he just keeps spamming ground pound mid-air. Ugh, it was a nightmare.
What were you playing?
I think I was playing Gauntlets.
Yeah, that would be tough. This game mode really kind of highlights like weapon weaknesses too. Like it really shows what glaring weaknesses like Gauntlets have against Axe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is true. So you've got Axe in A tier.
Axe. I got Gauntlets in A tier.
Understandable.
And that's like, Gauntlets are just a better Canon basically in both regular Brawl and in Street Brawl.
Mm-hmm.
They have like similar move sets kind of, and kind of do the same thing. They carry you off the map. But I feel like Gauntlets have a better move set to allow redirecting the flow. Without getting too close to a corner. Because with Canon, I played a lot of Lin Fei and Sidra, and once you got your string going, you would just hit a wall.
Mm-hmm.
And then they would inevitably bounce off of it, and unless you knew they were going to dodge up or jump up or dodge back or whatever, you weren't going to be able to follow up.
See, in my A tier, I also have Gauntlets, and I have Canon there as well, because the way that I've seen it played against me is it just adapts to the walls so well. Because it's funny you use the same reason for why you didn't like it, but just most of Canon's strings, you're not grabbing the opponent. You're blasting them away, and you can just bounce them off walls, adapt, and know you can't follow up with this attack like you can with regular mode. But if you just change directions and just keep following through, bounce them off the walls, I get bodied when people use Canon against me in Street Brawl.
Yeah, it's one of those ones where once you lose momentum and the Canon player gains momentum, it's scary. Like, you don't know where you're going, and they're taking you for a ride. I just don't feel like Canon does it nearly as well as Gauntlet does.
I sure wish these motorcycles would quit driving by my house.
That's why you're selling it.
Yeah, that's why I'm selling it.
What else?
Speaking of momentum, I also have bow and A.
I have bow and A as well. And
reason being, you just can't dodge out of the basic bow signature. If you try to dodge backwards, chances are, where it covers so much space, you're already next to the wall. You dodge backwards out of it, and you still get caught by it because you bounce off the wall or get caught on the wall.
Yeah, the only thing that kind of sucks for bow is if you do the side light too close to the wall, you end up dropping the second hit, which kind of throws you off.
Yeah.
But the neutral air is insane, and most characters can get like a neutral air and then gravity cancel a signature off of it. Or they can string 2 or 3 neutral airs together. I don't know if you can do 3. You can do 2 for sure neutral airs together.
So does that round off your A tier?
Nope, my final A tier is Orb.
See, that's where you're absolutely wrong because it's S tier. It's absolutely S tier.
If it's S tier, then Axe is S tier as well.
You're bonkers, bro. You're bonkers.
way.
You're absolutely bonkers. Orb was made for that game mode.
It is really good. I will admit that. And I think if more people played it to its greatest extent, I might agree with you on S tier, but it's just not there yet.
No.
I
People,
think
you can just spam. Is it neutral light, the one where you make the little infinity symbol?
Yeah.
You can just spam that and just keep bonking people into the wall or towards the wall.
But it's not true. They can jump out of it.
Yeah, if they're good.
What I think makes
What?
what I think makes it close to S tier, and Orb is definitely my highest weapon. As far as if I was to like rate these in A tier, it's the best of the A tiers, but I don't feel like it's that much better than the rest. What makes it good?
You just explained the purpose of S tiers.
No, S tiers is something that's significantly better than anything else.
See, what you did was you took the kids who got a 100% on the test and the kids who got an 89.9% on the test and grouped them together. What I said was the kid who didn't miss a single question is better than the kid that missed like 3 questions. What an idiot, what a fool, that stupid child.
What separates the highest on the B tier from the lowest on the A tier?
The same thing, like 5% on their midterm.
And Orb is not 5%. Orb ain't getting no extra credit. It's not 5% better than the other A tiers.
You're crazy. You're crazy. Okay. Oh gosh, I don't know if this episode's going to be out yet.
You're talking to someone who's just been playing Orb like nonstop recently, so I'm not a fair. Go ahead.
So, do you remember the intermission? We can't name names or bring anything up. I don't want to spoil anything for Showdowns, but when we had that intermission, it flipped.
Not by
Even
much.
though it was the same weapons, but why did you win one of them and not the other? Because a certain weapon is better in Street Brawl.
No, that doesn't stand.
100%.
I almost won that.
I was, doing my thing where I think about edits too much while I'm trying to play.
It came down to one signature, and we threw out the same signature, and yours just had the active frames just a little bit sooner.
Skill issue.
So what Orb
I still feel like our tier lists were pretty similar, though.
Pretty similar. So Orb gets a combo that it doesn't have naturally, which is why I think you could make the argument for S tier, and that's side light, side air, and then gravity cancel a neutral light. And it's true if you're next to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
And it's absolutely disgusting as you can follow up from there with Nairs or recovery.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they were pretty close.
What is going on outside of my house?
Is that an
First,
ambulance?
we have 8 motorcycles and an ambulance. What is going on at 5 p.m.?
They clearly crashed. I'm excited to see what happens at this invitational tournament.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think BMG's announced much other than it's happening, and it's happening Monday.
I have a really bold prediction. Sandstorm's going to win.
Have they announced who's in it?
No, I'm just taking a swing.
Well, if Cody Travis is in it, I mean, I think Axe is better than Scythe.
Sandstorm fans are mauling at what you just said just now.
Yeah.
Like, don't bring that up. It's too soon.
It's all right. It's all right. Anywho, I don't really have much else to talk about this episode.
Looks like we got a short one on our hands.
Yeah, I would like Brawl's been or BMG's been slacking, and we're not going to get much over the next couple weeks because they're going to be on holiday. They do have a charity stream coming up. I forgot to mention in news.
Friday, that's going to be fun.
December 17th. Those are always fun.
Yeah, I love watching their charity streams, especially when they play games that have nothing to do with Brawlhalla.
Then that's exactly what they're doing. So this is December 17th. They're doing it for, I believe it's RACES. It's the Refugee and Immigrant Center for Education and Legal Services. So the game list is Brawlhalla for 2 hours, Gartic Phone. Are you familiar with Gartic Phone?
Zesty tried to get me to play that a while back, and I never did. But he sure wanted us to watch it.
Yeah, I've been hearing about that, but I have never played it. That's going on for 2 hours. Then Age of Empires 4 for 2 hours. What a weird game to be having during the charity stream.
I'll never forget. I checked into one of the charity streams. It was a couple charity streams ago, but it was one of the 24-hour ones. Oh, I got a yawn. But I checked in. It was near the end, and they were just playing like pirated bootleg Guitar Hero ripoff, like some sort of band game, and they just looked miserable. I loved it. That's the best part about 24-hour stream, just watching people slowly devolve.
Deteriorate. It Takes Two, Phasmophobia, and Mario Party, rounding out the last 6 hours.
I thought I was sick of watching people play Phasmophobia, but now I really want to watch the BMG devs play it.
Yeah, that would be very entertaining. I've only watched a little bit of it, but the jump scares are great.
You should buy it. We'll play it.
Really?
Oh, yeah. It's definitely worth it.
All right. Maybe if we start streaming or something, we can do that. The other things you can do as part of the charity stream, you get viewership rewards. They're giving away the Dolce Latte avatar, your chance to get community colors if for whatever reason you don't have those already. And the big exclusive is the Perceptive Flight Lance. Pretty cool little lance, if there is such a thing. And during the Brawlhalla segment of it, you can challenge a developer to a 1v1 for $100 or 2v2, two devs of your choice for $150.
Okay.
If I'm around, we might have to make a donation. Although I think I'll be working during that Brawlhalla segment, so that may not happen.
That might be what we do with our donation money from showdowns.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun.
All right. Well, you want to close us out of this one?
So some talk plenty about Street Brawl. I do want to try to get a Street Brawl tournament sometime soon-ish.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know if it'll happen before the end of the year because we're getting busy with the holidays, but maybe kick off the new year with a Street Brawl tournament.
Yeah, I'd say that's a really good way to kick off the new year.
I think so. Get us ready for maybe a circuit. Maybe we'll try to get 3 or 4 tournaments next year. But thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Gravity Cancel podcast. We are 2 episodes away now from another guest episode, so if you have an idea of who you'd like to hear, join us. Drop it down in the comments below, or shoot us a DM, or join the Discord and just say it out loud.
Yes, join the Discord. We're almost at 100 members. Come on,
really?
People. I need more friends. I'm very lonely.
Sorry to disappoint with my friendship. And be sure to check out Showdowns. We just recorded 3 episodes, got 2 left, and then we'll be doing a giveaway to charity, one or both of us, depending on who wins each of the portions of the contest.
Yep. I'm excited to give up some money for a good cause.
Me too. Maybe we'll have to do like a stream of some. Maybe we'll get back on Twitch. We'll donate.
Maybe.
and give people an opportunity to donate to the charities we're donating to.
Are we going to be streamers again?
And we might be streamers again. I don't know. We got to figure out some way to be successful. Anyways, thanks again for tuning in. Peace.
Peace.